Welcome to the Lucidez podcast. This is Shelley, and as promised, I'm here to explore everything because I believe everything is connected to everything else, and also because I believe in that mysterious, unfathomable excellence within each of us. And I've spoken a lot about my inner barometer. And so I'm going to let you look at this beautiful piece that's normally hanging behind me. As I mentioned in my last podcast, I know it was my grandfather, my Malcolm Sawyer, but I believe it may have come from someone earlier than him. Not sure. It says Frodsham and Son, Grace Church Street, London. And if you look that up, it shows some kind of antique, but what I wanted to talk about in reference to an inner barometer was, as I was meditating this morning, I was remembering that dream that I told you about a few months ago before I bought this home, where I was very clearly told to make sure I stay true to my true north. And it was such a powerful and such a beautiful dream. And as I was asking myself this morning, am I staying true to my true north? And in the meditation and energetically, I just, aligned myself with my true north. I could feel that. And then I was asking myself, okay, so is this new job, is that my true north? And it was like, no. I was like, oh, well, this new person that's, come into my life, maybe they're that true north. No. Well, maybe it's this book that I'm writing. Is that my true north? No. And it was funny, as I went through any material or physical attribute I could think of that might be my true north, the answer was always no. And that was fascinating for me because I began to realize true north for me, is never going to be any physical attribute. That true north is a way of being. That my true north will always lead me to a way of being, and not any person, place, thing, event, experience. That my true north is my way of being in this realm. And I was going to say my way of being me, but it's more than that, because I'm realizing me is such a nebulous concept and word. My true north is I was going to say it again, is my way of being. And maybe that's true. So it's not my way of being me, it's my way of being. My way of being. And I would say it's a way of being, because I certainly don't think it is my way alone. But there may be a uniqueness to each of our beingness. And I offer that. So, and I started, as I was having that experience meditating, I thought of this barometer again. And I thought of how a barometer is not a compass. A compass is very much dictated by the physical realm, right? A compass is a magnetic that's based on north and south or whatever, but based on magnetic lines, and it is tied to the physical realm, leads you to a place. A barometer is very different in that if you look right here, I love this. It's this change. The whole thing just is change. That right there, I think, sums up life. Fair, set fair, very dry, stormy, much rain, rain, change. A barometer is all about the immediate adaptation to the change in life. And I feel like that's what my true north is that I'm constantly being asked or invited. I would say I'm constantly being invited to learn how to adapt to and change to all of this, And that was a beautiful moment where I began to understand I didn't need to worry so much about the the physicality of life and just keep focusing on my way of being. And as long as that was clear and I was adapting to and responding to the changes in life, that I would be following my true north, and that things would come and go. Clouds would come, storms would come, sunshine will come, rain will come, and things will go. Those will also all go, and I will continue to cultivate my way of being in this world. And so I offer you that today, that you really start to begin to understand there's a barometer inside each of us that doesn't know the future, but obviously I think can, and maybe, who knows, but a barometer doesn't tell us the future, but it can predict often before we can, but I don't even believe that. I think it can remind us what we probably know inside. When a storm is coming, low pressure, high pressure, I think it's the physical reminder that we do know and we can sense a little bit about what's happening and be prepared and ready to adapt. And even when we don't adapt well, or it totally takes us by surprise, obviously a barometer can't detect an earthquake or such. We still cultivated our ability to stay true to our north. So that's what I wanted to offer today, is just to remember that your true north isn't a person, a place, a thing, an event, an experience, but a way of being. So I'll show you this top part of the barometer before we stop. This is cool. There's the mercury, freezing, temperate, summer heat, and then at the top, if you can see, I got a hand up, it says blood heat. That's pretty impressive. So this beautiful old way of understanding the world, maybe understanding ourselves. There's the bottom. So thank you to my ancestors for following their true north the best they can, and I ask for their blessing as I do the same in my life, and offer you a blessing as you continue to find what your true north is, your truest expression of yourself in response to this realm. Blessings to you all. Good luck.